Judges must monitor who is in or around the polling place. Generally, only voters are allowed to be present, even though they cannot linger once they finish voting. There are some permitted individuals besides voters who can be in or near the polling place, with the most common being media, people assisting a voter, challengers and exit pollsters. Please see your guide for a full list. Media can be inside the polling place if they show a photo ID and credentials to the head judge. Their activities are strictly limited to observation. They should not interview voters or interfere with voting in any way. Persons providing physical assistance or language support to voters may be in the polling place. Another approved individual is an appointed challenger. Political parties and nonpartisan candidates can appoint challengers to be present at a polling place and challenge voter eligibility. We'll cover the challenge process later. Finally, people conducting exit polls can be on the premises, but not in the room where voting occurs. They can only approach voters after they have finished voting and can only offer an anonymous written survey. Some activities are not allowed in the polling place. No campaigning is allowed within 100 feet of the polling place building. No one is allowed to linger in the 100-foot zone except for exit pollsters. If the polling place is on a public property, no campaigning is allowed anywhere on the property. Campaigning includes displaying political or campaign materials in the polling place, such as literature, buttons, or T-shirts. Ask voters to either cover up or remove political material while in the polling place. If they refuse, they will be allowed to vote, but any refusal will be recorded and referred to appropriate authorities. Record the names of those who refuse to cover or remove political material on the incident log. Additionally, no one in the polling place should discuss candidates or issues. This applies both to voters waiting in line and election judges. To recap, generally only voters are allowed in or near the polling place. Refer to your guide for a list of exceptions. And remember, no one is allowed to campaign in the polling place.
Due to a 2018 court case, the restriction on the display of campaign materials in the polling place is now limited specifically to items that pertain to candidates, political parties, or ballot questions on the ballot for the current election.
An election judge, any eligible voter in the precinct, or an appointed challenger may challenge a voter's eligibility if they have personal knowledge that the person is not eligible to vote. Suspicion is not basis for making a challenge. The challenger must personally know that a person is not eligible to vote for a specific reason. Political parties and nonpartisan candidates can appoint challengers to be present at a polling place and challenge voter eligibility. The challenger must show the head judge an appointment letter and prove they are a Minnesota resident. Challengers are only allowed near poll book judges. They are not allowed to view poll book display screen or to speak directly to a voter. Challengers cannot monitor all aspects of polling place operation. Their only role is to challenge a voter's eligibility based upon personal knowledge. The process starts when the challenger documents the basis of their challenge. The challenger cannot speak to the voter and should only address the election judge. The head judge may be called over to provide assistance when a voter's eligibility has been challenged. The election judge will then have the voter swear or affirm an oath, which can be found in your guide. Then, the judge will question the voter about the issue the challenger raised. Questions will differ depending upon the challenge being made. Examples may be, what is your full name? What is your residential address? Are you at least 18 years of age? Are you a citizen of the United States? If the voter's answers indicate the voter is eligible to vote in the precinct, the voter may complete their check-in, sign the certificate, and proceed to vote. If a voter refuses to answer questions, is not eligible, or refuses to sign the certificate, get the head judge to complete the process in the poll book and inform the voter that they cannot vote now or later in the day.
If a voter has feedback or a complaint, there are forms available in your polling place supplies to document these. Refer the voter to your head judge, who will work with the voter to document their feedback or complaint. After Election Day, election officials will review these and follow up as appropriate.